you guys, I'm gonna show you how to make your own DIY piranha plant earrings. So I make these at my shop at Lizglizz Etsy, and I'm gonna show you how the process I like to use to make these super cute biting piranha plant earrings. So right here I'm starting with sculpty clay. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a piece of clay, and it doesn't really matter what color you start with because our first thing that we're making is a mold. And we're going to use this mold for the head, pressing the head shape onto for our piranha plant. After you bake it at 275 for 15 minutes, you're going to cut it. So we're going to cut it in half, and then half of that half, so you're left with a fourth of a circle. And you'll see that right here when I show you, it's nice and pointy and clean. That's what we want to get. And those rest of those pieces, you can just toss those. We won't need those. Alright, you guys, so here we go. We're going to start making the heads for these piranha plants. So I grabbed one piece of red clay, and I want to split that piece in two even sections, so we can roll two balls that are equal in size. And you can see those here. And we're going to grab our mold. That's the next step. That mold that we made, we're going to press the ball on that mold till it kind of shapes around it. And what's happening here is you want to make sure you don't press it too hard, because what we're looking for is a nice round shape. Here I am prying it loose with a razor blade. You see how that comes out? It's kind of like a Pac-Man head. So that's actually perfect for making these earrings. That's exactly what we want to get, is a Pac-Man head. Now that we got our two heads made, I'm going to go ahead and grab my pliers and these metal parts for jewelry. Now, if you don't have a jewelry shop near you, you can go to any Joann's or Michael's and find these. And what I did here is I just opened the hook up, and I'm going to hook it through the mouth of the head. And you don't want to go all the way through. What you want to do is just kind of like push it through until it just sinks in level to the clay, and then kind of flatten it out with your razor blade or anything flat. And here I am mixing up some pink clay. Now if you have pink clay, go ahead and use it, but I didn't show it in the beginning of the video, so I'm just showing you how to mix it up. I'm just grabbing some white clay and some red clay until I get a nice pink tongue color. So now I gotta make two tongues, one for each side of the earring. And the nice thing is, these are gonna cover up those hook holes we just made in the head. I like to roll little ovals, flatten them out over those holes. Before we start messing with the white clay, go ahead and wash your hands. Red clay tends to be pretty messy, and we want to make sure that our hands are really clean before we touch the white clay. Now we can make our lips, and we're using white clay. We're going to roll those out and cut it in half for the two top lips on either earring. And roll these out so that each side has a point. And then start at the corner of your earring and roll it till it ends exactly at the other corner. Once you finish the top 2 lips, we're going to do the bottom ones. And the process is the same. You're going to roll those cylinders and cut that in half. And then make those ends pointy. And you want to start it right where you left off the last lip. Right in those corners. So here I am wrapping it around, and I'm showing you, you want to end it right there in that corner. Go ahead and do both of those. We're starting on our teeth now. So we're going to be taking some white clay and making some really small sections for our teeth. And you can see me here just cutting those small sections into halves for even smaller pieces. And I'm going to press those onto the piranha plant heads. So after I was putting on a few of these teeth, I kind of changed my mind about the size. So these were coming out a little too big. So you can see here that I changed my mind and took them off. And I just went ahead and cut them in half. Here I am putting on the 4 teeth for each piranha plant. And try not to press these too hard. You kind of want them to be raised so they're not just flat, squished circles. Okay, so now all 4 of our teeth are done on both sides of our earring. And we can move on to the fun part, which is putting on our polka dots. So the polka dot part is no real process. It's just getting a piece of white clay, rolling in a ball, and pressing it up against the backside of our earring. And we want to fill these in until they're full, but I find that if you roll them into little balls, you want to get a variety of sizes, because the more variety you have, some big and some small, the cuter the earrings come out. And so here I am, I'm rolling these up, and it kind of takes me a while to fill in the whole piranha plant, so I'm just going to let this run until we're done. Okay, great. We got all our polka dots on, and these look wonderful. Now we can put them in the oven, 275 for 15 minutes. When they come out hard, now we're ready to work on the next step. And the next step is putting our green over the metal stem. So we're going to take our light green clay, and we're going to make a long strip of it and flatten that strip out. And I'm putting this strip over the metal post and just wrapping it. You want to cover that whole metal post so you won't see any of the metal left. And just roll it so it's nice and smooth. Here I am taking my razor blade and just cutting off any of that excess overflow of green. So we don't want that on our piranha plant head. And I'm gonna go make the other green stem and do the same process. Okay, back to our pliers, you guys. We have to make another hook for the end of the piranha plant, and what I do is I just bend those backward and bend them back forward into a nice round hook. And I'm just gonna clean off any excess clay around that hook. These hooks are gonna go right into the pots of our piranha plant earrings. Okay, so time to make our pot. So go ahead and grab your dark green clay and roll that into a long cylinder. So here I am starting to roll it, and I like to press it against the table or work surface and just roll that out till it's a nice round even cylinder. And take your razor blade and cut off the edge until it's nice and flat, and make 2 pot size cylinders. Now you can see here I'm just taking the hook and I'm pushing it through into the clay, and then I'm rolling that clay tight just to kind of lock in the hook. We want our earrings to be really strong because we're going to be wearing them and handling them, and if we can add any strength to our earrings, we really want to do that. Okay, we got 2 pots finished, and we need to make the little rim that goes along the pot. So you're going to grab another piece of your dark clay and roll it into a very long, thin strip, and then push that strip flat so it's kind of like a ribbon. Okay, once your ribbon's ready, we're going to pick up our piranha plants and wrap it around the pot top. We're going to start on the side and wrap it around, and then just cut off any excess with your razor blade. And the reason we want to start from the side of the earring and not from the front is because we're going to be putting leaves on, and those leaves are going to cover up any seams from that rim. We're going to work on our leaves now, and we're going to get our light green clay, and we're going to make 2 sections of clay, even sections, and we're going to cut those sections in half to make 2 leaves for each pot. So I like to cut 2 pieces, roll them into balls, make little corners, and then flatten them. And then if you want to, you can draw a line or a few lines for little leaf markings. And then, like I said before, those leaves are going to go over those seams that we had from the rim on the pot. And now I'm just adding on that second leaf, and I can start on my other side earring. Okay, finishing up the last leaves on our pots. And there we go. Our piranha plants are ready to bake, and they should go in at 275 for 15 minutes. And I like to take out my earrings a little bit early while they're still warm. I use posts that actually stick into the clay, so if you take them out while they're warm, the posts will poke right through the clay, and then you can just glue them right into those holes. But if you don't have these type of posts, they're called peg posts, then just get regular flat posts and just glue them on with a super glue or jewelry glue. If you use super glue, the post should be dry in 10 minutes, and then you can go ahead and put your backings on, which I'm going to show you right now. So here we are putting our backings on, and you can use butterfly backings or rubber backings, whatever you want. I had butterfly backings, that's my favorite kind, and here is the finished product. Okay, you guys, that is it. That's my tutorial. I really hope that you guys liked it, and I hope that you learned something. I've been making these earrings for a while for my Etsy shop, so I really wanted to show everybody how I go about the process. If you like this tutorial and you want to see more tutorials like it, maybe you want to see something I carry in my shop, maybe you want to see something that that you don't see in my shop, go ahead and let me know in the comment section and I can make another video. If you want to check out my Etsy shop, it is Etsy/shop/Lizglizz. That's Lizglizz. And you can find these earrings and other earrings that I carry there. And for more videos like this in the future, go ahead and subscribe and like this video.